Today I'm going to share 10 of my top favorite finds I've ever found. Being stuck at home has given me time to dig through my shop, and I can't believe how many pieces I forgot I even had. The first two finds that I'm going to share with you today were scored at an antique store. And guess how much they were? $5 and $10. I was on my way to a thrift shop that was just around the corner from this mid-century shop, and I knew I wanted to stop in there because his pieces were so gorgeous. They were just always out of my price range as a full-time reseller. As I rolled up, it just happens he was having a flea market day. I get out of my car and he's pulling out boxes. He doesn't even have prices on most of the things. The first thing I spotted was this giant bird. This guy's so fabulous. Look at his wingspan. I mean, he's stunning. And I was scared to even ask him how much he cost. So I walk around a little bit more and finally I work up the courage to ask. And you know what he says? $5. No joke. $5. I bought that for $5. So then I start getting excited. I'm like looking around at everything else and I'm like, oh, okay, how much for this? How much for that? And I see this lamp that I'd actually been looking at in his shop for over a year, and he was asking $250 for it originally. I decided to go ahead and see what he was gonna offer. He said $10. So took that lamp and I'm holding it close like, you can't, no take backs, no take backs. You said $10. You know that feeling when you're driving around and you see a new thrift store that just popped up that you've never seen before, and your heart starts skipping a beat and you're like, yes, yes, yes. I jump out of the car and I go right in, and right in front of me on the table, I spot this chandelier. I'd had a terrible day. I hadn't scored anything yet, and then I find this incredible chandelier for $5. This is a 1960s Palois German piece. I love the little boomerangs on the crystal. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna let this one go. It's one of those pieces, it's like, I only paid $5. These babies retail online for over $1,000 a piece. For those of you who do not know this yet, Facebook Marketplace is a fabulous place to buy and to sell your vintage furniture. I scored these chrome mid-century Milo Bauman tables for $40 for the pair. These are so fabulous. I've held on to them for the last 9 months, but I need to let them go because they're a little bit too modern for my style. Speaking of Facebook Marketplace and Milo Bauman, I scored these chairs for $15 each. This guy was in charge of selling off things that were unclaimed storage units, and he even told me, yeah, there's some cool retro old chairs and there's a tag in there. Haven't really checked it out yet. I flipped up the thing, looked at the tag, verified they were Milo Baumans like I thought they were, handed the guy his $30, got in the car and left. I do plan to keep these for myself, and my dream is to recover them eventually in either a black leather or a cream leather. Gotta have a moment for my Don Friedman. This I found in Omaha, Nebraska when I went to the junk jaunt last fall with my best friend Celine. I'm so happy. For those of you who don't know what the junk jaunt is, you need to go watch our entire series on the junk jaunt. 500 miles of citywide sales. I scored this at a thrift store in Omaha for only $20. My next find was actually not for sale. I popped into an estate sale on my way home from Selena's one day, and I saw these on the wall and thought, okay, they don't have a price tag on them, they're still mounted, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
How fantastic is that towel holder? Wait for it. There's the matching soap holder and even a paper towel holder over here. So they don't appear to be for sale, but I'm gonna make an offer and see.
Went upstairs and asked if it was okay and what the price would be, and they said absolutely, everything's for sale, $20 for the whole set. know if this actually counts as a vintage find, but I'm gonna say it does because it's over 20 years old. There was a vintage shop that I used to visit all the time, and every time I went there I had to take an Instagram photo of this beautiful, beautiful Monstera plant. I wanted it so bad. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I would actually get to own it. When I found out that the vintage shop was moving, the first thing that I asked was, what about your plant? What about your plant? Are you gonna sell your plant? And it turns out that another vintage dealer had already bought the plant. They told me that they sold it for $50. I just wanted to weep. I was so sad that I missed out on it. But then I thought again, wait, remember what you always preach, it never hurts to ask. So I contacted the other vintage dealer and she was so wonderful and knew how much that I wanted it, and I was able to trade a jewelry piece that I had picked up on a flea market for a few bucks. So my beloved monster came home with me. One of my best finds I've ever found was from an estate sale last year, and it was an original Etta Cian painting. I waited in the checkout line for 45 minutes before I even found out how much the painting was going to be. I was starting to sweat a little bit. I was getting nervous. I kind of had it in my head that I was only going to go up to $100. So I get to the front of the line finally and ask how much it is, and they said $75. This was one of my highest profit margin pieces that I picked up. I recently just sold it for $1,650. For all of you Mad Men lovers out there, you're going to be jealous of this one. I had seen these lamps in one of the offices of Mad Men years and years ago and thought they were awesome, along with everything else on the set. When I came across one in a Goodwill, my heart just stopped. $9.99, I couldn't even believe it, but still my heart wanted more. I really wanted a pair. So fast forward a couple years and I'm on the PDX vintage crawl, and what do I see?
Oh my gosh, you guys are not gonna believe this. I have an absolute favorite mid-century lamp, and I call it my Mad Men lamp because it's actually in one of the offices on Mad Men, and I've been dreaming about finding a second one, hoping that someday I would so I could have a matching pair. Today's the day, and it's somewhat affordable, $58.
I've been debating whether or not I should hang him above my bed, but I love my Don Friedman there so much. But I have thought about putting him above the bed and maybe putting a mid-century starburst clock underneath him, or maybe just him. I don't know. Could be pretty cool. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Should I hang the bird up? Should I see how it looks?